Hey, what's up guys? Son of a Bike here. So today I would like to show you this Honda CBR 900, and this bike is basically the reason why I really have made this channel. And why is this a reason? Why is this bike the reason? I show you that. Just let me check if the camera angle is correct. The reason is that I have, as you have maybe heard in one of the previous videos, I have a crack in the motor right here. This is a, let's say, kind of engineering mistake from Honda, if you will. When I dismantle everything in the next videos, I show you exactly the crack and where it is and what it does. Basically, there's coolant running out of the motor, and what can happen is that the coolant is mixed with the oil, and then you have a big mess inside the motor, and then you can get an engine breakdown for sure, obviously. And what this crack means basically is that this motor is crap. You can put this motor in the trash, or you can disassemble the motor and sell the parts, but the engine block itself is basically crap. There might be possibilities to weld it or to fix it or anything, but yeah, let's say I have studied mechanical engineering. I personally say this motor is crap, and at least this part has to be crapped, right? So so what is the reason now why I made this channel? The problem is that you get used motors, but you get it from Honda. It's unreasonably expensive, and from other sources you don't know what kind of quality you buy. Sometimes the history is not clear of the motorcycle. Sometimes you have crashed motorcycles, and when you crash a motorcycle you get an impact here on the engine mount, which can cause cracks as well, especially on this thin-walled aluminum case or aluminum block. And basically what I want to say is that there is no good source for buying used parts. If you buy a new part from Honda, it's unreasonably expensive. And if you buy used parts, you get the issue that you don't know, you have, I mean, it's a lottery if the quality is good or not. And what I will most likely do in the next weeks, I will look for a motorcycle of this type, of the CBR 900. It's one of the last ones with the 900 engine, and I will probably buy it and take the motor out and sell the rest. Why do I sell the rest? Why wouldn't I keep a motorcycle? Because this specific cycle, this specific bike, is made for for stunt purpose, if you will. I have mounted a crash cage, and my intention was not to buy a really good used motorcycle, but I wanted specifically a motorcycle that is not so expensive, and I can do my practice with the stunts and with knee down and with cornering and everything, and this is made for rough street use, and I wouldn't do this to a fairly new bike in good condition. I looked for a motorcycle that is very used. It's okay, but it's used, and I didn't know about this engineering mistake from Honda that in some cases I made a research that probably every 10th or every 20th motor is going to crack at any point of time in this specific area, and I can show you that in the next videos when I replace the motor where this crack really is, and you find it as well on the internet when you look for it, when you search for it by Google or with ChatGPT or anything. Okay, so what I basically want to say is that this channel will most likely transform in a format that I will buy high quality used bikes with a very low mileage, with good documentation, and then I will take the parts out that I need for myself, which is probably not a lot, and the rest of the parts I am going to put on an eBay shop or anything where you can buy it. And this is the plan, and this was the original intention when I founded this channel, or when I created this channel by a starting of 2026, which is 4 weeks from now ago. And what I do, or what you can watch in the videos, is how I will buy a very, very good condition bike in perfect condition with low mileage, and then I will ride it to show you how this drives it's always the fun part to buy a good bike in good condition, to ride it and to see if everything is fine and working. And so I can check all the parts. Is everything really in good condition? Is everything working? Is everything fine? And then I take out what I need for myself, and then I can sell the rest of the parts in a very, very good condition, and you have got the possibility to buy it, or I will keep it for myself in case anything breaks. I only buy bikes not for reselling or for selling the parts. I buy the bikes and I disassemble the bikes for my own purpose. I disassemble the parts because I need them, and but I don't need everything. Obviously, I only need a few parts. The rest is fine for me, and I do not need everything in perfect condition, as I mentioned. Some of the parts, I do this really with intention that I ride bikes that are not perfectly fine. I need a bike that I can put on the road, and with the cornering, and then you crash maybe, and this is fine. This is what these bikes are made for, but this is not what I want to do to bike in a good condition, right? So basically what I want to say is stay tuned, stay part of this channel, like and subscribe this channel, and all the parts that I do not need for my own bikes. Look at that beautiful SC57, which is one of the first ones ever made, and it's a little bit dusty now in the garage in the winter, but this bike is in really, really perfect condition, and I would never do this to this beautiful bike. What I have, what I will do to this bike is made for, it's really for tough road use, and this bike is just to have a beautiful bike, and to respect this engineering, beautiful engineered bike, right? Okay, so but why did I put this on the hook today? I put this on the hook because, first of all, I want to replace the fork bearings here. All the oil is already out. It was leaking out. I have to replace it. Then I will get a new MOT, which is the TÜV in Germany, which is the check if the bike is road ready and if I am allowed to drive it on the road, the MOT here in Germany. And then I will ride it a little bit, because at the moment it's quite cold. Probably the motor will last or will stand around 2 or 3 months before it completely cracks down. And I will take the opportunity, because the engine anyway is crap, if I make any damage to the bike during my practice. So though it doesn't really matter, because the motor comes out and then I will disassemble this motor, and if I sell these parts, it is clearly marked as disassembling from this motor. All the parts that I ever put in any shop, I will put the mileage, the VIN number, and the history of the bike that the part is from, and then you can be sure what kind of part. If you buy anything from those parts, then you can be absolutely sure from what bike it is. And you will probably, if you watch my videos, you will probably see me riding, and you see the motor is fine beside of this crack, but the rest of the motor parts are probably in a very good condition, because this has 46,000 kilometers on it, which is around, let me calculate it, around 30,000 miles on it. It's in miles, I think, 30,000 roughly, right? I'm pretty sure, don't know exactly. Okay, 46,000 kilometers. So probably there is the chain tensioner to be replaced and stuff, but I will open the motor and show you the condition in the upcoming videos, but I'm pretty sure that this motor is not worn, if you will, from the inside. It's just this engineering mistake that they made, that is too thin walled. Just it's too thin, this aluminum. I see here a color change maybe, but probably this is the original. The everything's original here, probably, most likely. Okay, good. So I will probably make some videos with the replacement of the forks, but I mean, it's pretty easy. I take the forks out and then I just replace the bearings here and put new oil in it, and then it should be pretty fine, I think. But we will see. Okay, catch you in the next one. Bye bye, see you.